Welcome back, beer tours. Ryan here, back to another episode of San Diego Beer Vlog. Thanks for joining me. Just got done with a hike not too long ago on something that will hopefully be a nice, crisp, refreshing beer. So I'm going to take a look at another Great Lakes beer, and this is the Wright Pils. This is their 5.3% German-style Pilsner. They talk about on the bottle how they're keeping the tradition of the Bavarian purity law and all that. And they're using noble hops, so let's get it poured into my new Urge American Gastropub anniversary glass, which I just got. Should work nice for a Pilsner. I know it's not the complete, vertical glass, but I think this will work well enough. Let's see, there's a little bit of stuff floating around there. I don't think it's bottle conditioned though. The carbonation's pretty low. Little bit of chill haze, but mostly a very clear, just bright straw color, bright white finger head on it. Swirl that up a little bit. Yeah, there's some more carbonation coming up. Looks like a typical Pilsner. Let's get the aroma. Definitely getting some hop character on there for sure. Definitely has that earthy, sauce, spice-like note to it. Little lemongrass, like a very hint of like a citrus character. Big floral notes, big sweetness. You're getting that sweet Pilsner breadiness coming through. So it smells pretty decent. So let's give this a try. Cheers. Wow, that's solid beer. It's pretty balanced. It's not as sweet, as some of the American-style Pilsners, which tend not to have enough hop bitterness to them. Maybe they aren't as dry. This one's pretty clean so far. Up front, I get a lot of hop character. I wasn't picking up so much on the nose, but it's got a big herbal note. Continues with that slight spiciness, a little bit of that lemongrass character. Definitely some grassiness to it, with that slight little citric kick. And then the sweetness comes in. It's got more of that golden malt sweetness, that real kind of bready, grainy character that you get in lagers. And then it finishes pretty dry. I mean, there's a decent amount of bitterness up front. And then it goes sweet, and then it finishes dry. The hops kind of come back in towards the end. And it dries out pretty nicely. So they must have got a pretty good finishing gravity on this. If not, it's pretty well hopped. They do say that they loaded it with noble hop flavors, and I definitely get a lot of that. That's a good beer to drink on a warm day like this, especially after doing any kind of work, moving around, sweating a little bit. That dry finish really makes you want to go back for more. But it is pretty dry, so if you don't like dry beers, definitely not for you. Other than that, it's solid. It's a solid beer. It's a solid Pilsner. I'm not a huge fan of Pilsners, but when they're done right, they're good, easy drinking beers. And it's definitely got a lot of that typical herbal, grassy, floral hop character you get from those noble hops. It's all here. It's dry. It's crisp. It's pretty clean. I'm not really getting any of that sulfury note that you can sometimes get with lagers. So I actually think this one's well done, so I'm going to go with a B on this one. I think it's definitely above average Pilsner. It's pretty solid stuff. Great Lakes, yeah, they're definitely pretty traditional with their beer styles, and I think this is a pretty good example of a Pilsner. So, recommend it if you like a little more hoppier than your typical American Pilsner, without all the adjuncts as well. And as it warms up in the glass, I'm actually getting a sweeter malt character coming through. It's not overly sweet. Still finishes dry. It's just not quite as dry. So they recommend serving at 45 degrees. I probably didn't quite get it to that temperature. It was basically right out of the fridge. So it does drink a little better and sweetens up a little more and is a little more balanced, I think, as it approaches more of that 45 degrees. So that's going to wrap it up for this review. Thanks to my subscriber for sending out this bottle. Until next time, please comment and subscribe. Cheers.